afternoon. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. And I am tanning here in one of my swimming pools here on Tower A, and we have Tower B behind us. Let me show you this gorgeous ground level that we have right here. And very quiet today. Not a lot of kids, not a lot of families. And of course, this is Tower A. I have showed you this before. And the pool right up there on the 23rd floor extended over the building. And there's Tower B behind this pool here. My name is Cody Michael and I work in the raw material business, and we roam the world looking for the best raw materials for nutritional supplements. Today I want to talk to you about vitamin D3, and this video for informational purpose only. I hear and I see a lot of people talking about vitamin D and other nutritional supplements, yet not a single one of them, less than maybe 0.1% of them, have ever visited a nutritional supplement manufacturer in the United States. An NSF nutritional supplement manufacturer, which is the highest certification for GMP supplement manufacturer in the United States. That's what I do. I don't just go around and talk about nutrition. Anyone can read information online. NIH is the best sources for nutritional information maybe, but you can go to Harvard and Stanford and all these universities that provide lots of research on nutrition. I work in a raw material business. I roam the world looking for the best raw material business. I go and see how they make it, what method they use for extraction. Are they using chemicals? Are they using heat, pressure, solvents? What plants are they extracting these ingredients from? Or many of them are synthetic vitamins, which we don't work with, and we don't use any Chinese raw materials. And more than 95% of all raw materials for nutritional supplements in the world comes from China. That's why it's cheap, it's useless, because it's ineffective, because Chinese raw materials contain about 10,000 times higher heavy metals than Prop California 65 allows. And that's according to test was done by biochemist Mike Adams, who's the CEO of naturalnews.com. So all these people talking about nutrition, they don't know exactly where the product comes from, how it's extracted, what valley, what mountains, what forest the raw materials came from before it became vitamins or minerals or vitamin D3. This vitamin D3, by the way, here comes from Australia. If you see here on the fact sheet, it said lanolin. Vitamin D3 source, it says source lanolin. Now China, they start producing vitamin D3, but it's very low quality. Lanolin from Australia is extracted from the wool of the sheep. It's identical to the vitamin D3 from the sun. The problem with vitamin D3 is the quality, not the quantity, the quality of vitamin D3. Back in 1999, the scientific Colorado University reminded the scientific community that vitamin D on the market they have tested all is a rat poison. So they have tested many different types of vitamin D, especially the prescription vitamin D from MD doctors, and it's all synthetic and it's a rat poison, because vitamin D mostly is made by La Roche and BASF, Big Pharma, and they don't care about the quality and how it works. If they can prove and they can get it approved by those who approve these things to call them vitamins, they will sell it. Well, there are research out there. One of them is called Dr. Kate Blue from Canada. She had done extensive research on vitamin D3, and also Dr. Mark Hyman had done a podcast with her, right? A meeting with her on regarding her research. And she showed that when you take vitamin D orally, unlike the sun, the body cannot recognize what it is. So it ends up depositing calcium into the blood instead into the bones. And that increased calcification by about 40%. And according to integrated cardiologist Dr. Joel Kahn, who was on PBS, he said he noticed that there's about 40% of his patients they have what you call a silent killer, a calcium deposit around the heart tissues, and he relates that to so many of them using cheap synthetic vitamin D. So now what's the problem? How can we solve this problem where the body can use it orally without harming the body? Well, the research shows you have to add vitamin K2. There are many different types of vitamin K2. We get our vitamin K2 from Japan, extracted from natto, fermented soy. It's called MK47 full spectrum. There's MK47 full spectrum, MK4, etc., etc. That make sure it works in full synergetic with vitamin D3. What vitamin K2 does, it tells vitamin D3 to deposit calcium into the bones. And also it takes the extra calcium from the blood and put them back into the bones. That's how essential to have the right premium nutritional raw material for vitamin D3 from lanolin. There are other 3 sources that are also good. One is called chaga, one is lichen, and one is lanolin, and one is actually from shiitake mushroom. They're all start about $3,000 per kilo. Vitamin K2 from Japan is even more expensive than $3,000 per kilo. We have to send that, ship that with nitrogen blanket to make sure there is no contamination through the shipping, because most of the problem happen to any product you send. You say whatever it is, the product, it's usually contamination through the shipping. So that's very expensive method of shipping. To request that, we want to make sure that our product is fully covered in nitrogen blanket. This is not a mandatory, by the way. We request that. So imagine the cost of the shipping for a product with a nitrogen blanket. You have to have a special shipping air carrier to do that for you. So now we have vitamin K2. Well, the research shows it's not enough just to have vitamin K2, the right form, the MK47 with vitamin D3 identical to the sun from lanolin or from mushroom or chug or lichen. So what is the problem? You have to have a minimum of 80 micrograms for every 5,000 IU of vitamin D3 in order for vitamin D3 to work correctly and to make that positive synergetic transition, the chemical reaction that tells vitamin D3 to deposit calcium into the bone and not into the blood. Now, vitamin D3, if you go to lookandvibrant.com, you will see this company. One of the companies we sell our raw materials to and we develop products like this for. We also sell it to holistic doctors, homeopathic doctors, ND doctors, holistic centers, but they put their own company name on the product. This one here is sold to lookandvibrant.com. And I buy it from them when they have a great deal, because I cannot make 5,000 or 10,000 bottles just for my household, for me and my family. I need to know that I can buy it from someone I trust and I supply them with the raw materials and I know where it comes from and I know that it works. Today they have a 60% discount on this amazing product with a discount called D70. Now this is not cheap. It's $140, $150. It took us months to get this developed correctly in an NSF certified facilities in the United States, which is the highest GMP certification for supplement manufacturing. But you also have to remember, this is 180 servings for 2,500 IU daily. And if you notice here on the back, we have added 120 microgram of vitamin K2 MK47 full spectrum to every 2,500 IU of vitamin D3, which is more than double the minimum amount needed to make that perfect synergetic chemical conversion to make sure that vitamin D3 is deposited into the bones. You're also gonna notice under here, under other ingredients, you're gonna notice what's in here. Extra virgin organic olive oil from Greece, unrefined MCT oil from MCT oil from Mexico. Those are the natural fat that vitamin D3 loves to sit in a positive synergetic effect. So if you don't have food, like today I don't have food with me, I can take it while I'm taking a suntan. right here because it's already in a fat state that my body can absorb it. It's better to take it with food, but if I don't have food, I can do that. It's in a drop form, easy form. My mother, my family don't like to take capsules. Kids don't like to take capsules. This is the best way. Seven drops is about 2,500. 14 drops is about 5,000. I take twice a day, 14 drops each time, which means the 180 servings of 2,500 IU of vitamin D3 daily, for me, it lasts me 45 days, servings. At $150, $140, you're getting 60% discount. It's unbelievable. With vitamin D from the sun and taking supplement, the right supplementation, within 2, 3, 4, 5 months, you're gonna notice your vitamin D3 start to go up, especially when you're struggling trying to make your vitamin D3 go up for the last few months. It's not working because your vitamin D is used by the body. So you need the right vitamin D3, and if you can get some from the sun, it's the best way to get it. It's not just the sun. The sun has a lot more health benefit than just vitamin D alone. There are many research. If you go, for example, on lookandvibrant.com, you'll find a research about vitamin D3. We have loaded and sent to lookandvibrant.com short videos for Dr. Rhonda Patrick, Dr. John Campbell, Dr. Russell Jeffrey. All these researchers, we have took their long 1 hour, 2 hours presentation. We made it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes videos added to the blog with references. The amazing health benefit about vitamin D3. Vitamin D3, the more you have vitamin D3 in your body, the longer your telomeres. The more you have vitamin D3 in your body, the stronger your immunity. The longer you have vitamin D3 in your body, the more you can fight infection. Dr. John Campbell talks about this extensively. Dr. Rhonda Patrick showed that in Indonesia, people who were infected with CV-19, almost all of them, the one who had high vitamin D3 did not die, more than 98%. And those who had very low vitamin D3, almost all of them died from CV-19. That's how powerful vitamin D3 is essential to life. Biochemist and a life biohacker, Gary Bricka, who worked with health life insurance companies, talks about this extensively, who was analyzing people data when they applied for life insurance. And he said, we look for nutritional deficiencies and of course what kind of medicines they're using. He said, the amount of people who had their vitamin D deficiency, it's massive. And legally, I couldn't call them and tell them, hey, take some vitamin D3. And based on their vitamin D deficiency, they can literally, and the other medications they're taking, he said, they can time when people, they die or they become immobile. Can you believe this? Gary Bricka, who's right now on YouTube, who helped Dana White get off his medications and improve his life and possibly avoid a heart attack and death in the next 3, 4, 5 years. There are so many research on vitamin D3. You have to push it above 50, above 60, and above 70. 30 is not enough to have good quality vitamin D and a good immunity. So today, from my beautiful heaven where I am in right now, let me show you. And remember, vitamin D3, D60, you buy minimum 2 bottles. I'm gonna buy 10 of those, at least 2 bottles, and with free shipping. I'm telling you, if you go to holistic doctors, this is sold under different names. You're gonna pay a lot more for this, and they will never give you a 60% discount. This is the first time this company gives this much discount directly to the consumers. Usually these type of discounts are given directly to their wholesale buyers like holistic doctors and homeopathic doctors, which they require a minimum of 10,000 or 15,000 minimum purchase to get this deal. So, health is wealth. Love everyone. Forgive. I have the butterflies are flying here around me. Look at her, look at her. She's right there. Okay. And I am right here from my heaven. I wish you are living a beautiful life like this. I'm in Southeast Asia, of course. This is a blessing life right here. and to be in the sun, to enjoy this life. What an amazing day here for me in Southeast Asia. Wow. I'm right. The beach is right one street away from me, right there. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Isn't this gorgeous? Life is so beautiful. Can you enjoy life if you're not healthy? Can you? Vitamin D is, Dr. Russell Jeffrey, he said, no matter what kind of intervention you do in diet or nutrition, nothing will work correctly unless you have your vitamin D3 above 60, level 60. So if you go and check your vitamin D at the doctor, he says, your MD doctor, he says, oh, it's good. Tell him, what's the level of my vitamin D3? Because for them, 30 and 29 and 28 is good. You want to know your vitamin D is 50 or above, and make sure don't take that poisonous, cheap, synthetic vitamin D sold on the market or big block retailers or Amazon, because that will you will be doing yourself a disservice. Check out lookandvibrant.com. Now, if you know other companies selling high quality like this with lower prices, be my guest, because I can tell you where we get this raw materials and where we ship to and how this is made is not even possible. It's not even possible to compete with the prices that we develop for our clients, like lookandvibrant.com. They're moving this product because they have a huge project coming in that we are developing a new product for them, and they need to move some product because they need some cash in their hands. That's the only reason they're giving you 60% discount. So go enjoy life. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Bless everyone and pray for peace in the world.